Okay, so very good morning to one and all, and welcome to the online lecture for the subject Systems in Mechanical Engineering. So, in the previous lecture, we have started with the modes of the heat transfer, and we have seen what is meant by the conduction. So, it is the mode of heat transfer by means of the what? By means of the molecular excitement. Okay, and the most important thing is here it is the most important thing is what there is no the movement. Okay, there is no there is no movement of the molecules in this mode of heat conduction. Okay, so the heat conduction occur by means of what? The molecular excitement. So this is the molecular excitement, and this is predominant in solids, okay, than the liquids and the gases. Okay, so the laws which govern the conduction, it is called as the Fourier law of heat conduction, and it is given as Q is equal to Ka T1 minus T2 divided by X, where T1 is the higher temperature and T2 is the lower temperature. Okay, so in case of conduction, you remember T1 is always higher temperature and T2 is lower temperature. Now this X divided by Ka, okay, this X divided by Ka, so this is called as what? This is called as the thermal resistance for the conduction. So in some problem, they have asked us to calculate X divided by Ka, that is called as the thermal resistance. And if you divide this Q by A, that means heat transfer per unit area, so that is called as the heat flux. Its unit is what? Watt per meter square. Okay, so that you have to remember. Then we have solved some numericals on this conduction. So the problems are very simple here. Thermal resistance, we have calculated X divided by Ka. Now heat flow rate is Q. Okay, so Q is equal to Ka. Then we have T1 minus T2. Temperatures are given in the problem. X is the thickness of the material. Okay, now heat flux is what? It is Q divided by A. This is called as what? Heat flux. Okay, so these three things you have to calculate here. Then we have seen what is meant by the convection. Convection is again the process of heat transfer, but here there is the movement of the molecules. In case of conduction, there is no movement of molecules, but in case of the convection, there is a movement of the molecules, and these are the predominant in gases and liquids. Okay, conduction is in solid, liquid, and gases, but in solid the conduction is more important, while convection is more important in gases and liquids. So see, there is a movement of the molecules, and because of the movements of the molecule, there is a transfer of heat from one molecule to the another molecule. So see this red color molecules, they are transferring heat to the another molecules, and then the cold, the another molecule, the molecules, the cold molecules, that is again coming to the take the heat, and then they are rotating, they are taking the movement, and they are transferring the heat from one molecule to the another molecule. There are two types of the convection. One is called the natural convection, that means which occur because of what? The Bion force, because of the difference in the densities. That means the heat transfer which is occurring naturally, that is called the natural convection. That means without any effort. Okay, so I have given you the example of the hot coffee in a cup. Okay, so if you put it on the table, then automatically the heat transfer occurs. So that is called the natural convection. And if you put that in a saucer, that means in जर आपण त्याला बशीमध्ये जर घेतलं, and if you blowing the air over that tea, then we are doing what? We are applying the force convection. Okay, आपण त्याला फुंकर मारून जर कोल्ड करत असेल चहा किंवा कॉफीला, so then that is called as what? Force convection. Okay, so there will be the heat transfer, and heat transfer rate is more in force convection than in natural convection, because here we are applying what? Force. So we are using here pump or the fans for the force convection. The laws which govern this convection, that is called as the Newton's law of cooling, and its formula is given as Q is equal to HA Ts minus T infinity. So here you remember this is our hot plate. Its temperature is Ts. Okay, always remember this diagram for the convection. So this is hot plate. Its temperature is Ts, and hot air is flowing over this plate, and its temperature is what? It is T infinity. So T infinity is the temperature of the surrounding, while Ts is the temperature of the plate. Now, how will calculate the heat transfer in convection? So Q is equal to HA Ts minus T infinity, where we know that Q is equal to rate of heat transfer, it is watt. H is called as the heat transfer coefficient. In case of conduction, we have Q is equal to Ka T1 minus T2 divided by X. So in conduction, we have thermal conductivity. In case of the convection, we have heat transfer coefficient. The unit of conductivity is watt per meter degree Celsius. the unit of thermal conductivity is watt per meter square degree Celsius or watt per meter Kelvin, watt per meter square Kelvin, heat transfer coefficient. Now A is surface area, so it is meter square. Here it is surface area. Okay, so here the area is equal to what? It is pi dl. Okay, surface area. Here in this case, the area is equal to how much? It is pi by 4 d square. In case of conduction, area is equal to pi by 4 d square, cross section area. In case of the convection, the area is surface area. So there is this area is equal to pi dr. Okay, that also you have to remember, very important. Now Ts is the temperature, surface temperature. It may be in Kelvin or degree Celsius, and T infinity is surrounding temperature. We have solved some problem on convection also. So we have given here the plate. Its temperature is what? The flat plate is maintained at 150 degrees Celsius. So plate temperature is Ts temperature, and hot air temperature is what? Hot air temperature is what? It is 50 degrees Celsius. So this is T infinity is equal to 50 degrees Celsius. So we have to calculate the heat gain. So Q is equal to, now here heat transfer coefficient is given. Okay, how to identify the problem? Heat transfer. H is given, so it is a problem of convection. So formula is Q is equal to HA Ts minus T infinity. Okay, H is given in the problem, so that is 75. A, that is we have to calculate the area. Okay, area is given 2 meter square. Now this Ts means what? Ts is equal to surface temperature, and T infinity means what? It is the hot air temperature. So Ts is equal to 150 and T infinity is equal to 50. Okay, so that from there we can calculate the value of Q. It comes out to be 15 kilowatt. Okay, so initially it will come out 15000 watt. Then you divide this by 1000. So if you divide this by 1000, so it is converted into kilowatt. This K is for what? 1000. Okay. Then we have seen the example of the pipe, where the pipe is of diameter 2 centimeter. So we have converted this 2 centimeter now that into meter. So 2 divided by 100. So that much meter. Now the pipe is maintained at 40 degrees Celsius. So Ts temperature, that is the surface temperature of the pipe, is given 40 degrees Celsius. Is placed in an airflow 50 degrees Celsius. So air temperature is how much? 50 degrees Celsius. And H is given. H is given means it is a problem of convection. Okay. So here you will see the air temperature is more than the surface temperature. So you can easily identify that the heat transfer, we know that the heat transfer will occur from higher temperature to low temperature. That means the heat transfer will occur from hot air to the pipe. So this answer comes out to be negative. Okay. Because here Ts temperature is how much? 40. And T infinity temperature is how much? It is 50. So there is a negative answer. So 40 minus 50 you will get here. Ts is equal to 40 and T infinity is equal to 50. So you will get here negative answer. Negative answer means what? Negative answer, that negative signs denotes only that the heat transfer occurs from air to the pipe. Okay, हे negative sign काय सांगतो फक्त आपल्याला की heat transfer कुठून होईल? एअर मधून पाईपला होईल. ओके, फक्त त्यासाठीच ही नेगेटिव्ह साइन यूज इथे तुम्हाला प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये येईल. अदरवाइज यू कॅन राईट डाऊन द आन्सर ॲज अ पॉझिटिव्ह. ओके, ते 12.6 आन्सर येईल तुमचं. बट द नेगेटिव्ह साइन इंडिकेट दॅट द हीट ट्रान्सफर ऑकर्स फ्रॉम एअर टू पाईप बिकॉज एअर टेम्परेचर इज हायर दॅन दॅट ऑफ द पाईप. Now next example we have taken here. Now the air temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. Same problem. Air temperature we have taken 40 degrees Celsius and pipe temperature we have taken 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, now you can easily see from temperature only you can identify from where the heat transfer occur. आपण टेम्परेचर बघूनच सांगू शकतो की हीट ट्रान्सफर कुठून कुठे जाईल. पाईपचं टेम्परेचर जास्त आहे, एअरचं टेम्परेचर कमी आहे, त्यामुळे हीट ट्रान्सफर कुठून कुठे होईल? फ्रॉम हायर टेम्परेचर टू लोअर टेम्परेचर. दॅट मीन्स फ्रॉम पाईप टू the air. So here you see Ts temperature is 50. So this is 50 and surrounding temperature is how much? It is 40. Okay. So you will get here positive value. Here you will get what? Positive value. Okay. So positive value can denote karta. Positive value denote that the heat transfer occurs from pipe to the air. Okay. So is that value says that if the heat transfer occurs from pipe to air, then it is the positive value. Okay. So you will get answer 12.6. But positive sign can denote karta that the heat transfer is occurring from the pipe to the air. In previous problem, the answer is negative. The negative sign indicate that the heat transfer occurs from air to pipe. Okay, air to pipe. बाहेरून pipe air मधून heat pipe मध्ये येत आहे. That's why the answer is negative. Pipe मधून जर heat air ला जात असेल, so then it is positive. Okay, so that is the So you have to remember Ts value means what? It is the surface temperature of the pipe or hot or the flat plate. T infinity means it is the temperature of the surrounding. Okay, so just remember this one. And how to identify the problem of convection? Heat transfer coefficient is given in the problem. Okay, if H is given in the problem, that means it is a problem of convection. Let us see now the third mode of heat conduction. So that is called the convection. That is called the radiation. Actually, here this is radiation. So radiation is what? Radiation is the process of heat transfer in the form of photons or electromagnetic waves. If the heat transfer is occurring in the form of photon or electromagnetic waves, then that is called as the radiation. We have seen conduction, we have seen the conduction and convection. So it occurs in solid, liquid and gases. That means they require the medium. They require medium. Okay. So they are flowing through the water, they are flowing through the solid rod. So that means the conduction and convection, they require the medium. But radiation, it doesn't require any medium. So it can transfer to vacuum also, it can transfer to the air also. So radiation is the process of heat transfer in the form of photons or the electromagnetic waves. Okay. So here we don't require any medium for the transfer of the heat. So here it requires no matter or medium to be present. Okay. And it can easily pass through vacuum also, and it can easily pass through the clean air also. So the amount of energy we are getting from the sun, that is in the form of the radiation. You can see in medical applications also, we are using this radiation for the therapy. Okay, so in many applications we are using this radiation as a therapy. Okay, now this radiation is governed by what? It is governed by another law, that is called the Stefan-Boltzmann law. Okay, now what is this Stefan-Boltzmann law? It says that the heat transfer per unit area. What is heat transfer? Q. Per unit area means it is what? Q divided by A. It is directly proportional to of the black surface. Now black surface means what? Black surface means what? The black surface means the surface which absorb all the radiation or all the amount of energy that is coming from any source. The black surface, this is our black surface. So black surface absorb all the radiation. That's why उन्हाळ्यात आपण काळे कपडे घालत नाही. Why? कारण जो ब्लॅक कलर असतो तो काय करतो? इट ऍब्सॉर्ब दी एनर्जी, इट ऍब्सॉर्ब दी रेडिएशन एनर्जी. ओके, आणि सो उन्हाळ्यात आपण काय करतो? व्हाईट कपडे जास्त घालतो, कारण व्हाईट कलर काय करतो? इट रिफ्लेक्ट्स दी रेडिएशन, इट रिफ्लेक्ट दी रेडिएशन, अँड ब्लॅक कलर इट ऍब्सॉर्ब दी रेडिएशन. ओके, तर इथे काय म्हणतो आपण? दी रेट ऑफ रेडिएशन heat transfer per unit area, Q divided by A, from a black surface, it is directly proportional to the fourth power of absolute temperature of the surface. So directly proportional to the fourth power of absolute temperature of the surface. So here this is surface temperature. So if this plate is having surface temperature, so that is the Q divided by A, it is directly proportional to the fourth power of the surface temperature. Okay, so this is the Stefan-Boltzmann law for the radiation. Q divided by A is directly proportional to the Ts raised to power 4. Now, to remove this proportionality sign, Q is equal to, this is called as epsilon. Now, this is delta A. Okay, A is already there. Now, instead of, suppose we have, if we have the single temperature, then it is Ts. If we have two temperatures, then it is T1 raised to power 4 minus T2 raised to power 4. Okay, so this is the complete formula. If two temperatures are given, you have to use T1 raised to power 4 minus T2 raised to power 4. If single temperature is there, then it is only Ts raised to power 4. Okay, or T raised to power 4. Now, what is this Q? You know this one. Q means what? It is radiation heat transfer. Okay, it is on. See, it is radiation heat transfer. The unit is watt. It is not watt per meter square. The unit of Q is equal to what? It is watt. Radiation heat transfer. Now, this epsilon, it is called as the emissivity of the body. Emissivity of the body means what? How much amount of heat that surface is radiating. Okay, how much amount of heat that is radiating. Okay, so for black surface काय करतो? It absorbs the maximum amount of energy and it also reflects the maximum amount of energy. So emissivity of the black surface is taken as 1. If in the problem emissivity black surface is given, so then emissivity of the body is taken as what? It is taken as 1. Okay, so black surface emissivity is taken as the 1. So, okay, so emissivity means it is the amount of energy radiated. So it absorbs also the total energy, and at the same time it also radiates the energy. So emissivity of the black surface, that is taken as the 1. So always remember, if black surface is given in the problem, so emissivity of the black surface is taken as 1. Now this delta is called as what? It is called as the Stepan-Boltzmann law. It is Stepan-Boltzmann constant, and its value is very easy to remember. You have to remember this value. This value is not given in the problem. So it is what? 5.67 into 10 raised to power minus 8. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, and 8. Remember this one: 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 5.67 into 10 raised to power minus 8. And what is the unit of this one? Watt per meter square Kelvin raised to power 4. Okay, so this is your MCQ question. What is the value of this Stepan-Boltzmann constant? So that value is 5.67 into 10 raised to power minus 8. And what is the unit of Stepan-Boltzmann constant? So that is watt per meter square Kelvin raised to power 4. Okay, so unit लक्षात ठेवा. Okay, so thermal conductivity unit काय होतं? It is watt per meter degree Celsius. This is the unit of thermal conductivity. What is the unit of the heat transfer coefficient? It is watt per meter square degree Celsius. And what is the unit of the delta? It is watt per meter square Kelvin raised to power 4. That is the unit of the delta. So here you have to remember the unit. This is very important. Okay, 100% they will ask the questions on this unit. Okay, then Ts is the surface temperature, A is the area, and T infinity is the surrounding temperature. So Ts and T infinity is similar to the convection. So Ts is surface temperature and the T infinity is equal to surrounding temperature. Okay. So here this is Ts minus T infinity, or this is equal to T1 and T2. Okay, or T1 and T2. So this formula you have to remember: Q is equal to epsilon sigma A T1 raised to power 4 minus T2 raised to power 4. Okay. Now let us take the problems on this the Stepan-Boltzmann law of radiation. Now here see a black body is given. Black body means what? It is a problem of what? It is a problem of the radiation. Okay, so because black body comes in the form of the radiation, so we have the formula Q is equal to epsilon delta A. Okay, and here we have T1 raised to power 4 minus T2 raised to power 4, or Ts minus T infinity raised to power 4. Now a black body is given, so this epsilon value, so this epsilon value is equal to 1, because black body, the emissivity is equal to 1. A black body at 1100 degrees Celsius. Now temperature is given. So let us see how many temperatures are given. So two temperatures are given. 1100. So that is T1 is given in the problem. 1100 plus 273. So that comes out to be in Kelvin. And the second temperature is given, surrounding temperature, that is T infinity or T2. So T2 is equal to, here this is 200 plus 273. That much Kelvin we have taken here. Okay, so 200 plus 273. Now find the heat loss per unit area by radiation. So we have to find out what the heat loss per unit area. So Q and divided by A. Okay, so what is the formula then? So Q divided by A is equal to epsilon sigma, then T1 raised to power 4 minus T2 raised to power 4. Okay, now epsilon is given in the problem, so that is equal to 1. Now, what is the value of the sigma? It is the Stepan-Boltzmann constant. So 5.67 into 10 raised to power minus 8. So the value of this sigma is equal to 5.67 into 10 raised to power minus 8.
Sir, minus 8 का minus 4
minus 8 minus 8.
Okay.
Okay, it is 5, 6, 7, 8 लक्षात ठेवायचं. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8 लक्षात ठेवायचं. 5.67 into 10 raised to power minus 8. So here this is minus 8. Okay. So Stepan-Boltzmann value, constant value is 5.67 into 10 raised to power minus 8 watt per meter square Kelvin raised to power 4. Okay. T1 temperature is given 1100 273. T2 temperature is given 200 plus 273. Put everything in this formula. You will get answer as 1.9866 into 10 raised to power 5 watt per meter square. What is the unit of Q? Watt. What is the unit of A? It is meter square. So you will get answer as watt per meter square. Okay. So this is the simple problem for the radiation. So how we identify this is the problem of radiation? It is a black body. So from black body, it is a problem of radiation. Okay. And black body means it is emissivity is equal to 1. So don't worry about this one. So emissivity is 1 here. Okay. Let us take the next example for the radiation. A body having 3 meter square of surface area. So A is given. So A is 3 meter square. Now it is maintained at 600 Kelvin. Okay. Now see the another temperature. So it is 300 Kelvin. Higher temperature we will take T1. So here it is T1 is equal to 600 Kelvin. No need to change the temperature in Kelvin. Already temperatures are given in Kelvin. And T2 temperature is equal to 300 Kelvin. Okay. So two temperatures are given, T1 and T2 in the problem. It exchanges heat by radiation. Okay. So don't worry about here. It is already given radiation. So we have to use the formula for radiation. Now with another surface enclosing it at 300 Kelvin. So another temperature is T2. Now here it is emissivity is given in the problem. Okay, so emissivity is equal to given in the problem. That means it is not a black body, but it is another body which is having emissivity is equal to 0.55. Okay, if this emissivity is not mentioned, then they will mention that it is a black body. Okay, so if black body is there, then emissivity is equal to 1. If another body is given, then they will mention its emissivity. So its emissivity of that body is given as a 0.55. Here it is given. Now what do you have to find out? The rate of heat loss by radiation. Okay, now write down the formula for the radiation. Q is equal to, this is epsilon, then sigma, then we have A here. Okay, then T1 raised to power 4 minus T2 raised to power 4. Okay, T1 raised to power 4 minus T2 raised to power 4. Now see what is given in the formula. So epsilon is given 0.55. Now sigma value, you know sigma value is equal to 5.67 into 10 raised to power minus 8. So this value is given in the problem. Area is given 3 meters square. T1 is given 600 Kelvin. T2 is given 300 Kelvin. You find out the value. That value comes out to be 11366.9 watt. If you put all this value here, you will get the value of W here. Okay, so that comes in the watt. Now, after that, we have the radiation thermal resistance. Now, this is the new one. Radiation thermal resistance. Now, the formula for the radiation thermal resistance. So, this is radiation thermal resistance. This is given by a formula. You remember this formula, T1 minus T2 divided by Q. Okay, T1 minus T2 divided by Q. So, if thermal resistance for, that is radiation thermal resistance is asked, then it is the T1 minus T2 divided by Q. Now, T1 is given in the problem, that is 600 Kelvin. T2 is given in the problem, that is 300 Kelvin. And Q we have already calculated. So, that is 11366.9. So, you put that value here. You will get the answer for this radiation thermal resistance. And its unit comes out to be what? It is degree Kelvin, it is Kelvin divided by watt. Because the temperatures are in Kelvin. So, the unit of this radiation, it comes out to be in Kelvin divided by watt. Okay, degree Celsius is not, because temperature is given in Kelvin. So, the unit of this radiation thermal resistance is what? It is Kelvin divided by watt. And what is the formula for this one? It is T1 minus T2 divided by Q. Okay, so just remember the formula, final formula, T1 minus T2 divided by the Q. Now, in this problem, they have added another the question, that is equivalent heat transfer coefficient. Now, we know that heat transfer coefficient is for what? It is for the convection. We have to calculate the value of H. Now, this is for the convection. So, we have to write down the formula for convection. What is the formula for convection? Q is equal to HA T1 minus T2. Okay, this is the formula for convection. Okay, now we have to calculate the value of H. So we have to use the formula for convection. So what is the formula for convection? Q is equal to HA T1 minus T2. Q we already calculated, that is 11366.9. H we have to calculate. A is given in the problem 3 meters square. T1 is given 600. T2 is given 300. So we have to calculate what? We have to calculate only the value of H. And if you put everything here, you will get the value of H as 12.6299. And what is the unit of H? It is watt per meter square Kelvin. Okay. So you can calculate the value of H from this equation. Okay. So here you have to use the equation of what? Convection. Q is equal to HA T1 minus T2. Okay. So these things you have to remember. So formula for the radiation, Q is equal to epsilon delta A T1 raised to power 4 minus T2 raised to power 4. Radiation thermal resistance is equal to T1 minus T2 divided by Q. So this formula, and equivalent heat transfer H is asked. So this is the problem of heat transfer. So that is Q is equal to HA T1 minus T2. Okay. So that much things you have to remember for solving the problem here. Okay. So remember everything. So now here we have now covered all the modes of heat transfer. Now just let us revise this one. So first is the conduction. What is the formula for conduction? So Q is equal to Ka T1 minus T2 divided by X. So this is the formula for conduction. Okay. What is the formula for convection? Q is equal to HA. Okay. This is T1 minus T2. This is the formula for convection. What is the formula for radiation? So Q is equal to epsilon delta A. Okay. Now T1 raised to power 4 minus T2 raised to power 4. Okay. So see here, how to remember this formula? This is very easy. Q is equal to Ka T1 minus T2. Replace K with H. So HA only take T1 minus T2. So that is the formula for convection. Now A T1 raised to power 4, T2 raised to power 4, epsilon delta. So that you have to add. That is the formula for radiation. So these three formula you have to remember. This is very important. And then you have to solve the problem. In case of conduction, if you divide this X by Ka, then this is thermal resistance. This is thermal resistance for conduction. And for radiation, it is T1 minus T2 divided by Q. This is the thermal resistance for radiation. Okay, here. Okay, here this is there. And for convection, what is the thermal resistance? It is 1 divided by HA. It is 1 divided by HA, that is equal to R. Okay, so T1 minus T2 divided by 1 divided by HA. So that is thermal resistance for convection, if it is asked. So this is for, see, you have to divide this X by this value, X divided by Ka. Here below 1 divided by HA, that is thermal resistance for convection. And here it is T1 minus T2 divided by Q, that is the thermal resistance for the radiation. Okay, so this is the three things you have to remember for convection, conduction, convection, and the radiation. Okay, so you will get definitely you will get the numericals on this in your MCQ questions. Okay, now. So this is all regarding the modes of heat transfer. So I hope you understand this one, and I will give you the formulas and the problems also in the form of the notes. Okay, so now we are left with only the two topics. Now the next topic is called as what? The internal combustion engine. Now this is the pure mechanical topic. That means what is internal combustion engine? So everything, that means we are operating the bike. अपन bike चालवतो, car चालवतो. So how it runs? So it runs on the internal combustion engine. So what is internal combustion engine? It takes the heat and it is converted into work. We have seen this one. A device which converts heat into work, we call that as a heat engine. We call that as a heat engine. We have seen this one in second of thermodynamics. We have supplied the work, we have supplied the heat, and we got the work. Now in internal combustion engine, what is this heat? We supply petrol, we supply diesel, we supply CNG gas. Okay, so that is in the form of the heat, and then it runs. Okay, then it gives us the work. Work means what? That it rotates rotates the crank, and then we get the rotation, and then because of that our vehicle it runs on the road. So that is called the internal combustion engine. Now in that we have the spark ignition engine. We have two types of engine. One is called the spark ignition, that is called the SI engine, or it is called the petrol engine. Okay, it is called as what? Petrol engine. Because it runs on the petrol, that's why it is called the petrol engine. Petrol engine, it is also called as SI engine. SI engine means what? It is spark ignition engine, because spark plug is used in the petrol engine. Okay, the another type of engine is called as what? CI engine, or it is called as the diesel engine. Why diesel engine? Because it is using the diesel fuel, so that's why it is called as diesel engine. It is also called as CI engine because it is compression ignition engine. It is compression ignition engine. So these are the two MCQ for your examination. Petrol engine, it is called as spark ignition engine, and diesel engine, it is called as what? It is called as the compression ignition engine. Okay, CI engine. Diesel engine, it is called as CI engine, and petrol engine, it is called as SI engine. Okay, now this petrol engine, it works on Otto cycle. Okay, works on the Otto cycle. Petrol engine, it works on Otto cycle, and diesel engine, it works on the diesel cycle. It is very simple for diesel. It works on diesel cycle. So this is another MCQ for your the examination. So petrol engine, it works on Otto cycle, and diesel engine, it works on the diesel cycle. Okay, so that you have to remember. So here, this type of things you have to remember. Now let us take the working of this engine now. Okay, you might be interested in how our engine works. Okay, जेव्हा आपण गाडी स्टार्ट करतो तेव्हा आतमध्ये काय होतं, इंजिन कसं वर्क करतं, and how will get the rotation. So first of all, we'll see the four-stroke spark ignition engine. That is our petrol engine. Okay, and why this is called as the four-stroke? We'll see that one, because the that total cycle it is completed in the four-stroke. That's why it is called as the four-stroke engine. Okay, or four-stroke cycle. Now it consists of the cylinder. You know that one. गाड़ी मध्ये काय असतं आपल्या एक cylinder असतं. Now cylinder is having it is having the inlet wall. This is inlet wall. This is exhaust wall. This is exhaust wall here. Okay. Then since this is the petrol engine, we have a spark plug here. Petrol engine मध्ये काय असतं? We have the spark plug here. Okay, 1 minute. So petrol engine is having spark plug. Okay, we have inlet wall, we have exhaust wall. Okay, this is our cylinder. We call this as a combustion chamber. We have piston and cylinder arrangement. Okay, so this is piston. It is connected with the connecting rod. Okay, and this is the the crankshaft. Okay, this is crankshaft, and this is the crank. Okay, this is the crank. This is rotating. Okay, here a shaft. Now this shaft is connected with this shaft is connected with our wheel. This shaft is connected with our wheel. Okay, so here it is our wheel now. Okay. Now how it works now? So we'll see the working of this one. Now see. Now when we start our now आपण गाडीमध्ये काय टाकतो? Now petrol suppose आपली बाईक असेल तर आपण गाडीमध्ये काय टाकतो? पेट्रोल टाकतो. Okay. Now petrol plus air. Petrol plus air. कार्बोरेटर मध्ये एअर फिल्टर कार्बोरेटर मध्ये पेट्रोल आणि एअर मिक्सचर तयार होतं. That petrol plus air mixture it comes inside it comes here now at the entry. Now we have piston. We have two position of the piston. So this is this is called as IDC, inner dead center. Okay, and this is called as ODC. This is called as outer dead center. There are two position of the piston. One is here. This is one. Okay, sorry. Suppose this is one and this is two. Okay, this is two. We'll consider this as a one position and this is two position. So this is called as inner dead center and this is called as the outer dead center. Okay. Now what will happen here? Now what happens here? See, during the first stroke, now we'll see first stroke. The first stroke is called as what? Intake stroke. Okay, or suction stroke. This is called as what? Suction stroke. Now suction means what? It is creating the vacuum. The piston moves from the position 1 to position 2. So that is outer dead center to the inner dead center. Okay, piston moves from the outer dead ODC to IDC. So outer dead center to the inner dead center. So when the piston moves from 1 to 2, what will happen? Both the walls are closed. This inlet wall is closed and this exhaust wall is closed. Now when the piston is here, both the walls are closed. When the piston is at position 1, both the walls are closed. Now when the pistons start moving downward because of the rotation of this crank, when this crank rotates, so crank rotates, it takes half rotation. Half rotation means 180. Okay, it takes 180 rotation. Okay, piston this crank rotates 180 degree and this piston moves downward. So piston हा कुठे आलाय 1 पासून 2 ला आला. So because of that, what happens? There is a creation of the vacuum inside the cylinder. And when this vacuum created, this inlet wall opens and air fuel mixture, that is petrol plus air mixture, it enters into the cylinder. Okay, so what has happened? During the movement of the piston from position 1 to 2, the inlet wall opens and air fuel mixture it enters into the cylinder. So that is called as the suction stroke. That is called as the suction stroke. Air fuel mixture comes inside the cylinder. Now when the piston position is now 2. Piston position is now 2. Okay. Now air fuel mixture comes inside the cylinder. Now this inlet wall get closed. Okay. Now in the second position, in the second stroke, the piston moves from 2 to 1. The piston moves from 2 to 1. So again, this crank takes again half the 180 degrees rotation. Okay. Now both the wall are closed. Both the wall are closed. That is, inlet wall is closed. The outlet wall is closed. And we have what? We have mixture of petrol and air. याच्यामध्ये cylinder मध्ये काय जमा केलंय आपण? We have air, that is petrol and air mixture. Now when the piston moves up from position 2 to 1, so then it compresses this mixture, and because of that, its temperature increases. Okay, and at the end of this compression, this spark plug it ignites. This spark plug, it ignites that mixture. Okay, it ignites that mixture. Now see, both walls now, the walls are closed now here. Okay, now the piston has compressed the mixture, and at the end of compression, the spark plug काय करतोय? Spark plug ignite this mixture, and because of this ignition, the combustion occurs, and because of that combustion, that combustible fuel, the gases are produced, and that gases apply the force on this piston. ओके, आता ते मिक्सचर काय झालंय? बंद झालंय. ते मिक्सचर बंद झाल्यामुळे काय करेल? इट विल अप्लाय दी फोर्स ऑन द पिस्टन, अँड दॅट्स वाय बिकॉज बाय अप्लाइंग दी फोर्स ऑन द पिस्टन, दॅट पिस्टन मूव्स डाउनवर्ड. सो पिस्टन इज अगेन कमिंग फ्रॉम पोझिशन 1 to 2. सो दॅट स्ट्रोक इज कॉल्ड एज व्हॉट? दी पॉवर स्ट्रोक. ओके, सेकंड स्ट्रोक मध्ये काय झालंय? पिस्टननी त्या मिक्सचरला कॉम्प्रेस केलं. ओके, आणि नंतर थर्ड स्ट्रोक मध्ये काय करतोय आपण? त्या मिक्सचरला आपण बर्न करताय युझिंग दी स्पार्क प्लग त्या मिक्सचरला बर्न करताय, अँड बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट the gases which are generated here, so that gases it apply the force on the piston, and piston moves downward, and that stroke is called as what? The power stroke. Okay, आता इथे काय झालं होतं? फर्स्ट सक्शन स्ट्रोक मध्ये 180 फिरलाय क्रँक, नंतर हाफ रोटेशन घेतलं, नंतर कॉम्प्रेशन मध्ये त्याने पुन्हा हाफ रोटेशन घेतलं, म्हणजे इथे एक रोटेशन कंप्लीट झालं. नंतर इथे पॉवर स्ट्रोक मध्ये पुन्हा एक त्याने हाफ रोटेशन घेतलं. सो दिस इज हाफ रोटेशन, दिस इज हाफ रोटेशन, अँड दिस इज ऑल्सो हाफ रोटेशन. ओके, तर किती रोटेशन झाले आपले? इथे 1 हाफ, दिस इज हाफ अँड दिस हाफ. सो 1.5 रोटेशन झाले पॉवर स्ट्रोकला. नाउ आता काय झालंय? पिस्टन कुठे आलेलं आहे? 2 ला, बिकॉज ऑफ दी फोर्स अप्लाइड बाय दी गॅसेस. ओके, दॅट इज कॉल्ड दी पॉवर स्ट्रोक. आता काय झालंय? आपल्या सिलेंडर मध्ये गॅसेस तयार झालेले आहेत. ओके, अँड दॅट इज नॉट युजफुल फॉर अस. सो वी हॅव टू रिमूव्ह दिस गॅसेस. So piston will move from again 2 to 1. Piston will move from again 2 to 1, and in this stroke, the exhaust valve open, and these gases comes out from the cylinder. And हे gases कुठून निघतात? This exhaust gases comes from the silencer. आपल्या गाडीच्या सायलेन्सर मधून हे गॅसेस बाहेर पडतात. ओके, तर सायलेन्सर मधून जे गॅसेस बाहेर पडतात ते कुठल्या स्ट्रोकला बाहेर पडतात? इट कम्स आउट ऍट दी एक्झॉस्ट स्ट्रोक. आणि हे पण कुठल्या रोटेशनला होता? हाफ रोटेशनला. ओके, आता किती टोटल रोटेशन झाले आपले? सो दिस हाफ प्लस दिस हाफ प्लस दिस हाफ प्लस दिस हाफ, दॅट मीन्स वी गॉट हिअर 2 रोटेशन ऑफ दी क्रँक. सो दिस इज दी 2 रिव्होल्यूशन ऑफ दी क्रँक. ओके, so this is 2 revolution of the crank. So this is very important. This is your MCQ question, that the 4-stroke cycle, it is completed in how much revolution of the crank? So this is half revolution for the suction stroke, half revolution for the compression stroke, half revolution for the power stroke, and then half revolution for the exhaust stroke. So total is how much? It is 2 revolution of the crank. Okay, so this is very important question from this one. Now, so how we have seen how it works. So there are 4 stroke of the cycle. In first stroke is called as the suction stroke or the intake stroke, in which the piston moves from the inlet dead center to the outlet dead center, that is position 1 to 2. When the piston moves from 1 to 2, it creates the suction or the vacuum inside the cylinder. Because of that, inlet valve opens and air fuel mixture, it enters into the cylinder. Okay, now the position of the cylinder is what? Piston is what? 2. In second stroke, the piston moves from 2 to 1. Both the valves are closed. Because of that, the mixture get compressed. Its temperature increases. Okay, now the piston is what? The piston is at now 1. Okay, कारण piston कुठून चाललेला आहे? 2 पासून 1 ला गेला. This stroke is called as compression because we are compressing the air fuel mixture. Now at the end of the compression, now piston इथे आहे आता 1 ला. The spark plug ignites the mixture, and because of that, a huge amount of gases are produced. These gases apply the force on the piston. That's why the piston moves from 1 to 2. The piston moves downward, and that stroke is called as what? The power stroke. That stroke is called as the power stroke. Now the position of the piston is what? At 2. Now we have the remaining of the gases. We have to remove these gases. So again, piston moves from 2 to 1. And now in this case, the exhaust valve open, and these gases, it comes out. Okay, so this is what this stroke is called as the exhaust stroke. Now after exhaust stroke, it again goes to the suction stroke, then compression stroke, then power stroke, then exhaust stroke, and again comes to the intake stroke. So this process occurs continuously inside the cylinder. There is a generation, there is an intake of mixture, compression of mixture, ignition of the mixture, and removal of the gases from the mixture. Okay, so here we are getting these gases are applying force on the piston. Because of that, there is a revolution of this crank, and this crank is connected with our wheel. That's why our wheel rotates. आपलं व्हील कशामुळे रोटेट होतं, या जे पॉवर स्ट्रोकला जो आपल्याला पॉवर मिळतो, जर्क मिळतो, रोटेशन मिळतं, त्या रोटेशनमुळे आपलं व्हील रोटेट होतं. ओके, सो विल गेट दी पॉवर फ्रॉम द व्हील बिकॉज ऑफ दी पॉवर स्ट्रोक. सो पॉवर स्ट्रोक इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट in this IC engine working. Okay, so let us see now the animation. So this is see the animation now. Okay, so you concentrate here, the first, see here now this yellow here, this is air fuel mixture entering into the cylinder. This is the intake stroke. Piston is moving here, see from position 1 to 2. Okay, so let us see first one. See this is intake, suction, then compression, then power, and then exhaust. Okay, this is exhaust. Okay, so see the piston is moving, and this is our crank. Okay, this is your crank here. Okay, and this is crank is connected with your wheel. Okay, so in suction stroke, see that yellow part, the air fuel mixture enters into the cylinder. Then we have compression stroke. Okay, then see this is spark plug, ignition of the spark plug, that is power stroke. And here you see this exhaust valve open, so exhaust gases comes out from the cylinder, so that is called your exhaust stroke. Okay, so 4 stroke you have to remember: suction, compression. See, this is suction. Okay, we'll see first one. See yellow color, suction. Now this is compression, power, and then exhaust. Okay, say suction, then this. Okay, we'll see yellow color first here. Okay, suction. Now this is compression, this is power, and then exhaust. Okay, so this is the working of your internal combustion engine. Okay, now see what we have seen. We have seen the spark ignition engine. We have seen spark ignition engine or petrol engine, working of the petrol engine. Now using the same diagram, use same diagram for the diesel engine. Use same diagram for the diesel engine. Now what you have to change here? In diesel engine, the same working is there. Instead of that, in that, you have to remove this spark plug. त्यामध्ये काय करायचं, फक्त हा स्पार्क प्लग काढून टाकायचा. 2 चेंजेस करायचे फक्त डिझेल इंजिन मध्ये. पेट्रोल इंजिनच वर्किंग सेम असतं, फक्त काय करायचं, स्पार्क प्लग काढायचा, त्याच्या जागी काय करायचं, तिथे फ्युएल इंजेक्टर ऍड करायचं. स्पार्क प्लग कॅन्सल करून तिथे काय ऍड करायचं, फ्युएल इंजेक्टर. ओके, स्पार्क प्लग कॅन्सल करायचा, त्याच्या जागी काय लिहायचं, तिथे फ्युएल इंजेक्टर. इथे एअर फ्युएल मिक्सर लिहिलेलं आहे तुम्ही. ओके, इथे एअर फ्युएल मिक्सर लिहिलेलं आहे, त्याच्या जागी काय करायचं, इथे फक्त एअर करायचं, फ्युएलला कॅन्सल करायचं. ओके, फक्त हे 2 डिफरन्स लक्षात ठेवा या डिझेल इंजिन मध्ये. डिझेल इंजिन मध्ये काय करायचं, पेट्रोल इंजिन मध्ये आपण काय ऍड केलं होतं, एअर प्लस फ्युएल. ओके, आता डिझेल मध्ये काय करायचं, फक्त एअर घ्यायचं, फक्त एअर घ्यायचं. ओके, आता डिझेल कुठून येईल, मग डिझेल विल कम फ्रॉम द फ्युएल इंजेक्टर. आणि ते स्पार्क प्लगच्या जागी, कारण डिझेल इंजिन मध्ये स्पार्क प्लग नसतो. डिझेल इंजिन मध्ये स्पार्क प्लग नसतो. स्पार्क प्लग कुठं असतो, फक्त पेट्रोल इंजिनला. इथे काय असतं, फ्युएल इंजेक्टर असतं. ओके, इथे काय असतं, फ्युएल इंजेक्टर. कशामध्ये, डिझेल इंजिन मध्ये. सो डिझेल इंजिन कसं राहील, डिझेल इंजिन या टाईपचं राहील. दिस इज युअर 4 स्ट्रोक कॉम्प्रेशन इग्निशन. कॉम्प्रेशन इग्निशन म्हणजे कुठलं इंजिन आहे आपलं, दिस इज अवर डिझेल इंजिन. तर पहा इथे काय केलंय आपण, स्पार्क प्लगच्या जागी इथे आपण फ्युएल इंजेक्टर ऍड केलाय. दिस इज अवर फ्युएल इंजेक्टर. ओके, दिस इज अवर फ्युएल इंजेक्टर. आणि फ्युएल प्लस एअरच्या जागी काय येत आहे, फक्त इट इज ओनली एअर इज कमिंग. ओके, आता पहा याचं पण वर्किंग सेम आहे. द वर्किंग ऑफ डिझेल इंजिन ऑल्सो सेम. वी हॅव अगेन सेम स्ट्रोक. वी हॅव सक्शन स्ट्रोक. ओके, फर्स्ट स्ट्रोक कुठला राहील, सक्शन. देन वी हॅव कॉम्प्रेशन. ओके, देन वी हॅव पॉवर. ओके, अँड लास्टला कुठला राहील, एक्झॉस्ट. ओके, एक्झॉस्ट. आता सक्शन स्ट्रोक मध्ये, पेट्रोल इंजिन मध्ये काय होत होतं, इन सक्शन स्ट्रोक एअर प्लस फ्युएल मिक्सचर एंटर्स इनटू द सिलेंडर. डिझेल मध्ये काय होईल, ओनली एअर एंटर्स इनटू द सिलेंडर. इन सक्शन स्ट्रोक इन डिझेल इंजिन ओनली एअर एंटर्स इनटू द सिलेंडर. ओके, आता कॉम्प्रेशन मध्ये काय होईल, इन सेकंड स्ट्रोक दॅट पिस्टन कॉम्प्रेसेस द एअर ओनली. that piston compresses only the air, आणि because of that the temperature of the air increases. आता एअरच आहे आपल्याकडे, फ्युएल कुठून येईल. नाउ ड्युरिंग द कॉम्प्रेशन द फ्युएल इंजेक्टर, this fuel injector, it sprayed the diesel, in the air, compressed air. Okay, आपण सक्शन मध्ये काय घेतलं, in suction stroke we had only taken the air. During compression we have compressed that air, and then The fuel injector, it inject the diesel. The fuel injector, it inject the diesel in the air, and because of that, there is a combustion. There is a combustion, and because of combustion, that the force is applied on the piston, and we got the power stroke. Okay. म्हणजे इथे काय होत आहे? First, the air enters into the cylinder. Okay, so here इथे काय होईल? Only the air enters into the cylinder. Okay, now air आला इथे आतमध्ये. Okay, we don't have here spark plug, we have here fuel injector. Okay, diesel engine. So in suction stroke, that means from 1 to 2, piston moves downward. There is a suction stroke, air enters into the cylinder. Now here we have only air. In second stroke, the piston moves from 2 to 1. It compresses the air. तो काय करतोय? फक्त air ला compress करताय. Because of that, air temperature increases. Okay. Now at the end of compression here, now we don't have spark plug here. We have here what? Fuel injector. We have here fuel injector. So आपण पेट्रोल इंजिन मध्ये काय होत होतं? स्पार्क प्लग इग्नाइट होत होता इथे. आता डिझेल इंजिन मध्ये काय होईल? डिझेल इज इंजेक्टेड इनसाइड द सिलेंडर. फ्युएल इंजेक्टर इंजेक्ट दी डिझेल. ओके, या फ्युएल इंजेक्टर मधून काय जाईल? आतमध्ये डिझेल जाईल. इथे डिझेल त्या एअर सोबत मिक्स होईल, and because of that there is a combustion of this air plus diesel, and that apply the force on the piston, and that's why the piston moves from 1 to 2. We got our power stroke. ओके, पहा दोघांमधला डिफरन्स पहा काय होतं. पेट्रोल मध्ये काय येत होतं? एअर प्लस फ्युएल येत होतं. ओके, इथे कॉम्प्रेस करत होता तो एअर आणि फ्युएलला. नंतर इथे काय होत होता? स्पार्क प्लग इग्नाइट होत होता. पण आपल्या डिझेल मध्ये काय होत आहे? इथे डिझेल इग्नाइट होत आहे. त्याला स्पार्क प्लग डिझेल इंजिन मध्ये स्पार्क प्लग नसतो. ओके, पॉवर स्ट्रोक मध्ये काय होत आहे? फ्युएल इंजेक्टर इंजेक्ट दी डिझेल. डिझेल इथे येतोय. ओके, पेट्रोल इंजिन मध्ये आधीच पेट्रोल एंटर होत होतं, पण डिझेल इंजिन मध्ये डिझेल कधी एंटर होत आहे? पॉवर स्ट्रोकला. ओके, so the fuel injector inject the diesel inside the cylinder. There is a power stroke. Now piston comes here. Now आता आपल्याला काय मिळालं इथे? Because of the combustion we have the gases here. So piston will move from 2 to 1. Exhaust valve open and these gases comes out. Okay, so these gases comes out through this exhaust port or exhaust valve. Okay, so this is the difference between the petrol engine and the diesel engine. So the working of both the engines are same. So what is the difference? In petrol engine, there is the entry of air plus fuel mixture. In diesel engine, there is entry of only air. In petrol engine or spark ignition engine, there is a spark plug. In diesel engine, there is a fuel injector. Okay. Now, during intake stroke in petrol engine, air plus fuel mixture enters into the cylinder. In diesel engine, only air enters into the cylinder. Okay. During compression stroke in petrol engine, the petrol plus the air plus fuel mixture get compressed. Diesel मध्ये काय होतं? Only air get compressed. Okay. Now during power stroke in petrol engine, spark plug ignite the mixture. Spark plug igniting mixture. In diesel engine, fuel injector inject the diesel. Fuel injector inject the diesel. So diesel ची एंट्री कधी होते? डिझेल इंजिन मध्ये हियर इन पार्ट. आणि पेट्रोल मध्ये काय होते? पेट्रोल मध्ये हा स्पार्क प्लग याला इग्नाइट करतो. आणि लास्ट स्ट्रोक इज सेम, दॅट इज द रिमूव्हल ऑफ द एक्झॉस्ट गॅसेस. सो दिस इज द 4 स्ट्रोक. 4 स्ट्रोक का म्हणतो आपण याला? बिकॉज द पिस्टन इज मुव्हिंग इन 4 स्ट्रोक. ओके, सक्शन. ओके, सॉरी, हियर सक्शन, देन वी हॅव कॉम्प्रेशन, देन वी हॅव पॉवर, and then we have exhaust. So that is suction, compression, power, and exhaust. Okay. So this is half revolution of the crankshaft, half revolution of the crankshaft, half revolution of the crankshaft. Half total is 2 revolution of the crankshaft. This rotates half. So it revolves 2 revolution of the crankshaft. So this is the working of the 4-stroke spark ignition and the 4-stroke what? The 4-stroke the compression ignition engine. Okay. So I hope you understand the working of this one. So today we will stop here. If you have any questions regarding the working, so you can ask. Otherwise, we will stop here. And in tomorrow's lecture, we will start with the 2-stroke engine. Now this is 4-stroke. We have to take now 2-stroke engine. Okay, so that we will discuss in the tomorrow's lecture. So any questions regarding this, you can ask if you have any doubt.
Sir.
Yes.